In order to avoid a police inspection, the woman was forced to sleep with the driver. The story takes place in a small town. One evening, a woman rushed into the town and told Tom that she was being chased by the mob. Tom quickly hid her in a nearby mine. Sure enough, a group of men soon showed up. Tom insisted he hadn't seen the woman they were looking for. One of the men handed Tom a business card and then left. When Tom asked Grace what her next step was, she suddenly asked if she could stay and live in the town. The next day, Tom gathered all the townspeople to discuss it. In the end, they agreed to give Grace 2 weeks to prove herself. Tom suggested she could help out the residents with their daily work. Soon, the townspeople slowly began to accept Grace. But one day, the sheriff came by and informed them that a robbery had taken place in the city 2 weeks prior, and the main suspect was Grace. The residents held another meeting. Although they all believed Grace wasn't guilty, they thought her presence would bring danger to the town. They agreed that if she wanted to stay, she would have to work much harder than before. From that day on, Grace became the busiest person in town, but the townspeople thought this was only what she deserved. The next day, the sheriff returned and asked the villagers to report any information about Grace. It was around this time that a farmer broke into Grace's house and assaulted her, threatening to expose her if she resisted. Since Grace worked in his orchard every day, the assaults became more frequent. Tom saw what was happening, but was too weak to do anything. All he could do was visit her every night to offer comfort. Eventually, the farmer's wife, Anna, discovered what was going on. The farmer claimed Grace had seduced him. Anna stormed into Grace's house with some friends and loudly humiliated her. Grace finally decided she wanted to leave this disappointing place. She told Tom about her decision. Tom once again helped her plan an escape. They figured she could bribe the town's truck driver to get her out. Tom even stole money from his own home to help her escape. The next day, Grace prepared to slip onto the truck when no one was watching. But not long after they set off, the driver suddenly climbed into the back of the truck. He told her there was a police checkpoint ahead and demanded more money, but Grace no longer had any money. With no choice, she was forced to sleep with him. When the truck finally stopped, Grace thought she had made it out of town, but in the next moment,
We had a meeting last night at the mission house. It said you might be gonna try to run away. So I want to discourage you getting yourself away on my truck. Didn't have no choice but to bring you back to Dogville.
Tom's father had discovered money missing from his house, and to protect his own reputation, Tom accused Grace of stealing it. Townspeople chained Grace to an iron wheel to prevent her from escaping again. During the day, she dragged the wheel around while working. At night, the men took turns assaulting her. Only Tom never forced her. He urged Grace to tell the truth about what had happened, hoping it would awaken the townspeople's sense of conscience. But all she received was more scorn and insults. The cruelty of the townspeople deeply disappointed Tom. He decided to run away with Grace. But before they could leave, Tom said he had given up everything in the town for her, and she should repay him. To his surprise, Grace refused.
You can have me if you want. Just do what the others do. Threaten me. Tell me that you've turned me into the law, to the gangsters, and I promise you, you can take whatever it is you want from me.
Tom always thought he was morally superior to the others, which is why he never forced her. But when he returned home, he pulled out that business card from the beginning. Due to copyright restrictions, this is all the content I am able to show.